All right, guys, let's talk about Bitcoin today. I also want to make this a little bit of tinfoil hat video. Everybody's talking about the drones. This video is actually be maybe like 20% Bitcoin and altcoins because there's not much happening. Well, there's a little bit happening we're going to talk about. Then we're going to talk about the drones flying over Maryland, Jersey, and all over the country. Really fascinating stuff. And it kind of relates to Bitcoin because if this drone situation doesn't get figured out, or it turns out that it is aliens or foreign invader like Iran or China or whatever, if it turns out to be something freaky like that, that will crash the markets. And if it crashes the markets, it's going to take Bitcoin down with it. So first, starting with Bitcoin. Interesting to see, Bitcoin had a pretty big dump last week. Took altcoins down with it. Now we're basically seeing a Bitcoin run, a solely Bitcoin run, dominance coming back into Bitcoin, which is kind of what is to be expected. You know, I made a video a couple days ago. I said Bitcoin pretty much needs to get back above about $105,000. Then we'll probably start to see the phase two of the altcoin season happen once it kind of bottoms out. I said 105 to 110. We're pushing 103 right now. We're actually over 103. So I think what we're probably going to see this week is a mainly Bitcoin run if we can hang out above 103. Hopefully we hit 105. Then I think we're going to see altcoins start the second phase of the market, which is probably going to take about a month. And then we're going to start to see new highs on some of these altcoins. What does that mean? XRP getting above $3, Cardano getting to $1.50. And, you know, all your coins having 20, 30% gains. Let's see what happens. Right now, it's all about Bitcoin. Unfortunately, if Bitcoin has a big rejection from here at 103, goes back down to like 95, since a lot of these altcoins have not recovered all that much, they're gonna dump very, very bigly. You'll probably see XRP under $2, Cardano back down to 80 cents, and you pick your coin. But as of right now, it does look like Bitcoin's making its way back up. 105, 110 is kind of what we'd be looking for. And then phase two of alt season will be starting. Let's talk about drones because that's really why I made this video today. You know, these drones have been flying around. Jersey. They've been flying around Maryland. I mean, they're everywhere now. I'm in the Baltimore area. I've been seeing these drones for the last year. I don't want to sound like a tinfoil hat. I've been driving around seeing drones. Just kind of figured they were just people flying drones. A lot of times I leave really early in the morning, 4 or 5 a.m. to work these insurance cases I was working, surveillance cases, and I'd see these weird things flying in the sky, and they were not helicopters, they were not planes. I just kind of brushed it off as like, whatever, I don't fucking care, I'm tired. But it looked exactly like these drones. Here's some drones right here. Now we're calling them drones. I'm going to call them more so unidentified flying objects. Here's some in Baltimore flying around. And of course, the federal government has come out and said, okay, these are airplanes, which they're not because airplanes don't fly like that. Airplanes fly straight. They move a couple hundred miles an hour. These things are hovering. So these are from Baltimore. And then you have other ones basically all over the country. You have politicians really pissed off. Here's a sheriff. He's kind of pissed off.
It's kind of a tepid response in being with the briefings. I mean, I know DHS is plugged in from Washington to some extent, and our tips are going to the FBI, but we're not hearing much. At the end of the day, you know, in New Jersey, we've seen hundreds of these reports from multiple counties and from sources that are pretty well trained. You know, I do believe that there needs more federal resources, and in order to do that, I think a state of emergency would help that out, and at least urge the FAA.
So this sheriff in Jersey is calling for a state of emergency. This is like no joke, guys. This has been going on for a couple weeks. Like just drones flying over people's houses, hovering. There's been stories of people trying to shoot their own drones up to take pictures, and their drone immediately falls down to the ground. These drones don't give off any heat. They don't give off any radio signals like most drones work with radio signals. One drone expert said these drones are minimally a couple $100,000 a piece, possibly $1 million a piece. And there's hundreds of these drones. It looks like they're flying in off the coastline, coming in, surveilling, going over military bases, going over people's houses, and as soon as you get close to it, they fly away and turn off their lights. Here's another guy talking about
government. But this is taking me to the end of my belief that government is really being honest. Now, there's been some apparently top secret briefings, right, with Congress people. Now, they come out of that, and I heard Josh Gottheimer come at the representative, and he said, well, I'm not getting a lot of information, but I don't think it's a threat. So my guess is There is information, but they're holding it back. And now what you have is panic.
Yeah, I mean, this is why people hate government, because they just can't be honest with people. All government would have to do is come out and say, yeah, we're working on a drone program. We're going to be flying these drones around. Don't worry about it. But they're just leaving people terrified. And this is the Biden administration. This is Democrats and Republicans furious with the Biden administration for just keeping them in the dark. We already played this one, the drones over Maryland. Interestingly, Tom DeLonge, who's been in the UFO game for a long time, the Blink-182 guy, he thinks they might be UFOs trying to disguise themselves. Now, I know this is tinfoil hat, guys. I've been in UFOs for a long time. I don't know what this is. If I had to bet, I'd say it's government flying drones, pissing people off. Maybe they have an ulterior motive. They're trying to do something freaky before Trump gets in. Maybe they want to get new drone legislation so civilians can't fly drones. So they're trying to freak people out so they come up with new laws. That's more what I'm leaning towards. But Tom DeLonge thinks the drone sightings may be mimicking our aircraft and their actual UFOs. Here it is. There is a good chance that these things could potentially be mimicking other aircraft, the guitarist and UFO expert wrote. Blah, blah, blah. The drones that are being discussed can hover for 6 hours and then disappear once they are spotted, DeLonge wrote on Instagram. This is why it's been hard to get facts from any agency. Some of them can even move into the ocean and then back up to the air, which is called trans-medium travel, a very hard thing to do. The drone sightings, which have also been reported in New York, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut since last November, are currently under investigation by local, state, and federal authorities who remain puzzled by the flying objects. So, Tony DeLonge, who has dedicated many years to researching and raising awareness about UFOs, compared the current sightings to mass UFO reports from the 1960s. So in a nutshell, guys, nobody knows what's happening right now. Everybody's just kind of guessing. We're all guessing. I'm guessing. Everybody's guessing. So anybody who tells you otherwise, we're coming out with possible scenarios of what it could be. That's one thing it could be. It could be a UFO. I would love if this is some sort of disclosure thing with UFOs coming down and they want to mimic our aircraft. So we get used to seeing them. That could be it. Obviously, that's not probably what it is. It's probably more like government aircraft. But it is weird that if you fly your own drone and try to get next to it, your battery dies. There's been reports of people shooting at these things, trying to chase them with helicopters, and they immediately fly off at high speeds. That's not something a normal drone can do. Also, they're not putting off any signals. They're not putting off GPS, not putting off radio signals. So how are they being controlled? It's very, very strange, guys, and that's why everybody's furious. I'm not going to play this. I'm fascinated how pissed off local Jersey officials are. These are Democrats. Most of these are Democrats. Jersey's Democrat. They're furious with the Biden administration because they haven't told them anything. I'm going to play a little bit of this, but like all these guys right here in Jersey, this is a 30-minute press conference. We'll play like 30 seconds of it. They're all furious with the government.
And we're supposed to just let it be? Come on, folks, step up to the plate and be honest and truthful with the American people, the people of Staten Island, and solve this problem once and for all. We're in this together. I know we have many folks around this region who are weighing in now. It's about time. We started a couple of weeks ago asking that, along with the Congresswoman, to include at least Staten Island in any investigation that's going on at the FAA and the FBI. This is not to take away from them. They didn't start this problem. But they have an obligation to let us know what the heck is going on. As I said, we're all in this together, and representing us in D.C. and Congress is our Congresswoman Nicole Maliotakis.
Thank you, Vito. 20 years ago, they filmed War of the Worlds on Staten Island. And now, we feel like we're characters in that movie. What is happening is outrageous. Thousands of drones and unmanned aerial systems flying above us, and our government is not telling us.
So what the fuck is going on, guys? I know, I mean, like, I'm fascinated with this, and when this story first came out about a week ago, I saw some news articles, I saw the drone, I'm like, okay, it's a drone. It's some people flying a drone. I'm into remote control helicopters. I know a lot about lithium polymer batteries. I've had some drones in the past, of course, not like these, but I've had drones. I get it. People fly drones. You got news organizations flying drones. So I just didn't think much of it until I saw the thousands of drones. These are $100,000 drones, $500,000 drones, and there's hundreds of them. And now it's not just Jersey, it's Maryland, Jersey, Pennsylvania. You've seen them in California. Guys, there's something weird going on. It's one of two things. I don't think it's a foreign adversary. It's either U.S. government fucking around, playing a mind game on people. For some reason, you got Trump coming in January 20th. Are they trying to do some fake alien invasion type thing? Get people scared, get people to not come out for the inauguration, maybe clamp down, get some weird emergency powers or something like that. Or is it just, is it UFOs? Are they coming down? Are they emulating our aircraft? Are they just basically to see how we react? It's only one or two things. Obviously, most likely it's the government. But I would say if the federal government doesn't come out this week and say what the hell is going on, I'm leaning more towards like UFOs. If the government is just not going to say anything about it. And before I hang it up, let's see what Alex Jones has to say. He's usually ahead. Here's Alex Jones' Twitter. I have confirmed with my sources in U.S. Northcom that this is indeed the purported reason the drones are swarming the New Jersey, New York area. But there is a lot more to it. I am headed into the office to shoot a report that will be released today. All right, so what's he saying is the reason? Musk breaks his silence on UAV invasion, blah, blah, blah. Kamala Harris, blah, blah, blah. So what's he saying there? This is the first video about drones that has got me genuinely concerned. Oh, wow. So Joe Rogan's talking about it. Now Joe Rogan's talking about the drones. This week, guys, there's going to be a lot of stuff on drones. I think Joe Rogan's probably going to be talking about it. Alex Jones. All right, let's see if there's anything else here. From Alex Jones, this is 100% the desperate deep state system getting ready to pull some serious shit to stop Trump. They're doing this in an attempt to stop Trump. COVID failed to stop Trump. Assassination failed. Attempt to start World War III failed to stop Trump. Now they're going with aliens. They are doing this so they can steal power from Trump with continuity of government. COG, which I don't know what that means. COG is a principle that ensures government can continue its essential operation in the event of a catastrophic event. They're probably going to shoot down Donald Trump's plane or bomb Mar-a-Lago and call it an alien attack. Guys, things are getting crazy. Things are getting fucking crazy. They have until January 20th to stop Trump, and it looks like they're going with Operation Bluebeam. So I've heard about this, Operation Bluebeam. Let's look that up in a second. What is Operation? I'm going to look up Operation Bluebeam in a second. I'm going to see if there's anything else. What's this one right here? The FBI and military are lying about the drones. They know exactly what it is. Is this them talking about? I think I look at Alex Jones. Wait. Let's see.
To Trump on this Friday evening. He just released a statement about 20 minutes ago calling for the Pentagon, calling for the federal government to shoot down these thousands of drones and UAPs, UAVs, UFOs, whatever you want to call them, that are swarming military bases, key installations, airports. It appears to be a drone last night in New Jersey hit a passenger liner in the engine. They tried to cover it with a bird strike. We've seen the video. It looks just like a drone going into the engine. President Trump, when the Pentagon's telling you they don't know about this, when the FBI is saying that, that's BS. Most of the Pentagon's compartmentalized, as you know. Most of the FBI is not involved as well. But at the top, they are operating this out of different reconnaissance agencies within the Pentagon. These are all human craft. You can see that. It's clear. And this is a major psyop because you probably don't know this. Maybe you do, but there's a lot to know in the government. I've been studying for decades and still don't understand it all. But under COG, Northcom, starting 2007, doesn't just take over the government in nuclear war or natural disaster. They can do it for UAV invasions or UFO events. I had an expert on it today, Wall Street Journal, former reporter, going over all this. So this is being used to ratchet up a civil emergency. It's also a message to Russia about secret weapons.
Wow, I don't know if you guys saw that video. I did hear about this story. There was a bird strike on the plane, and Alex Jones saying it was a drone. It kind of does look like a drone. But yeah, there's a lot of reasons. Like Alex Jones brings up a point. If they do like a fake alien invasion or something like that, would say, well, we have all these swarms of UFOs. It gives government complete control. They can kind of do what they did during COVID. Oh my God, we have all these drones. We're shutting down the airspace. Nobody can leave their house for your safety. For your safety, stay in the house. We got drones out there. They might be dangerous. Oh my God. And they could just do some lockdown. They could be like, we can't do the inauguration. Trump can't get in right now because it's too dangerous. We're basically going to put everything off for the next couple years until we figure out this drone thing. That's a possibility too. Now, let me see what this Operation Bluebeam is. I know I think Dr. Greer was talking about that, but I don't know. I got to look it up. All right, Project Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory which claims that NASA is attempting to implement a new age religion with the Antichrist as its head and start a new world order via technology simulating the second coming. The allegations were presented in 1994 by, can't pronounce that word, journalist and conspiracy theorist Serge Monast, and late published in the book Project Bluebeam. Proponents of the theory allege that Monast and another unmanned journalist, who both died of heart attacks in 1996, were in fact assassinated, and that the Canadian government kidnapped Monastat's daughter in an effort to dissuade him from investigating Bluebeam. The project was apparently supposed to be implemented in 1983, but it didn't happen. It was then set for implementation in 1995 and 1996, but it didn't happen. Finally, Monast thought the Project Bluebeam would be brought to fruition by the year 2000, and of course it didn't happen yet. I don't even get it. So they're going to do a false flag thing. Step 1 requires the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. This will apparently be accomplished by faking earthquakes at precise locations, blah, 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 blah. Step 2, have a gigantic space show where three-dimensional hologram laser projections will be beamed all over the planet, and this is where Bluebeam really takes off. The projections will take the shape of whatever deity is most prominent and will speak in all languages. At the end of this light show, the gods will all merge into one god. That's weird. So essentially some sort of false coming of God event from the government to enact full control. I don't know. Dr. Stephen Greer was kind of talking about that before too. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much longer. Well, I'm going to make more videos about these drones as the week progresses. I don't know, guys. Maybe the government will come out tomorrow and say, yeah, we have a bunch of new drones. We're testing them out. It was top secret. We couldn't say anything about it. But that's what's going on. But I can tell you guys right now, at least living in Maryland, people are pissed off about it. You saw the interviews. All these congressmen, elected officials, mayors, sheriffs, they're furious with the government. There's about to be a revolt. You're probably going to see people start shooting at these things, which I don't recommend doing. Because remember, guys, when the bullet goes up, it has to come down too. So I don't recommend doing that unless you live like in the desert in Arizona and you see one. But it could be anything. And that's what's so scary. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back to Bitcoin. How does this relate to Bitcoin? If it's something fucked up, guys, it can crash the markets. Look what COVID did to the markets. It brought Bitcoin down to $3,000. Everything almost went to zero. A lot of these altcoins that we love right now, Cardano went down to 0.5 cent. XRP was down to like a penny. Like, it could do some serious damage and kill the bull market if this turns out to be some fake alien invasion, real alien invasion, foreign countries sending drones in, the government trying to set something up so Trump doesn't get inaugurated. I have no freaking idea. I'm just letting you guys know, as an investor in Bitcoin, and this is a mainly Bitcoin channel, this could fuck things up if we don't figure out what this is. What do I think it is? They look like man-made drones. That's what they look like. I would think if they were controlled by aliens, they're probably trying to mimic our technology. Maybe they're trying to get in low, map the USA. They're trying to get really low, because remember, if you're an alien and a UFO, you can't come in low with your spacecraft that's like, it's like glowing and it's obvious and it's making that humming sound. Like, it's gonna be very obvious if you come down with thousands of them. But if you come down with an aircraft that looks like one of our aircraft, you can fly over somebody's house and most people are just be like, well, it's probably a drone. And yeah, you're gonna be confused, like, why is this here? But you're probably not gonna think too much about it. So if it is an alien situation, I think that's what it is. But most likely, I think it's government, and it's some top secret project, and hopefully it's just like they're testing out drones, and they want to, they don't want to divulge that information yet. But knowing the government, it could be something even worse, where they're trying to plan something. Especially if you look at the timing with Donald Trump coming in less than a month, you have Joe Biden sending more missiles over to Ukraine, allowing them to use long-range missiles now. The government has already proven they're doing everything in their power to make it so Donald Trump can't do what he wants to do. They're selling the border wall right now for pennies on the dollar, so he has to buy all new wall. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff going on right now. So I'm fascinated by it. I know I'm rambling. I know this is mainly a Bitcoin channel, but whatever. I'm talking about drones too, and I'm going to be talking about these drones until we figure out what's going on here. I'll be talking about these drones because this could be a big event. A big event. This has been going on now for 3 weeks. The government has said nothing about it, and people are getting pissed. So I will be monitoring this situation throughout the week. I'll be making some more videos on it, but like I said, right now, I have no freaking idea what it is, but some of the possibilities are fucking scary, and some of the possibilities aren't too scary. And it's just like, what is it? I don't know. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.